This video is about walking on the path of mastery. Let's call it like that. It may be rephrased as the Buddha's way, or middle way, right way. Walking on the road of right reasoning and following the law of nature, Dhamma. Born as a human, we have this capability to think, and think with wisdom, or in the right manner. But as we all know, it's not that simple. So it's in a way like climbing up the mountain and find the passage to climb to the top of the mountain, or in the ocean to find the passage. And if we do well, we can be happy, we feel right, and energized, and so on and so forth. But if we don't, there is a certain amount of frustration, anger, craving, aversion, or things of that nature, and suffering associated with that. So we want to be wise in choosing the passage. How do we do that? In the other videos I mentioned about the meditation in a controlled setting, as you sit alone, and also applying that in our daily life. So we have a consistency, and applying the idea of what I call mirror mind, have a calm mind so that we can make the right judgment, come up with a good insight, and perhaps we become compassionate about many things, so that we can relate to the situation in the world and process right action and conduct, right thinking, right observation, right job, right meditation. We'll call it Eight Noble Path. We can apply those Eight Noble Paths, the passage, and that's what I thought we can talk about. From my experience, obviously, that I can talk about that is that if you want to accomplish something, of course we want to have the right aspiration and all that, but when it comes to choosing the right passage, in a way, if you're too eager to do that and look for it, there's a contradiction there that, and some say, if you look for it, you won't find it when it comes to Dhamma, because there's an identity of someone, perhaps related to ego, looking for the benefit. And that contradicts to following the way or following the law of nature or Dhamma. And we can see this clearly in meditation if we devote the time and effort. It's like if you want to be enlightened, you cannot look for enlightenment. You just want to, not to want. There are 3 or some say 4 principles about Buddhism. One is everything is impermanence, or what is apparent, there is no ego. And in clear, quiet mind, there is nirvana. Those are the 3. And you can also add, which is basically see everything is connected to suffering if we don't know how to address it. So on this passage, to do things right with wisdom, compassion, following the 8 noble paths, or in fact it is manifested as the 8 noble path without trying. We have to have the quiet mind. And our role is, like I said, not to look for it, but accept what's there, see everything as it is, whether it's in your mind, if you're upset, angry, whatever, you accept the situation and observe it, and what's apparent and surrounding in your mind. Observe the sky, the fly, the birds flying, the trees, the wind, the light, and also the unconscious activities of what's happening. We not just have your identity narrowly related to the issues, or in this case, about suffering in life, or to master some. Not just be narrowly focused, but being able to also be aware of everything surrounding and inside of us. And with that state of mind and matter, there is wisdom, the insight. Comes naturally, or compassion reveals on its own without you trying, or the passage found as if the idea comes from somewhere, and the judgment made, because you're not occupied and caught up in the goal, your identity, or anything that is narrowly defined, but rather to have an open, quiet, flexible mind to detect the subtlety around and inside of us, and that's the state and the condition for us to find the right passage for our daily lives. So what we do, starting from washing dishes, or walking, breathing, to maybe writing a report, or having a dialogue with your friends, and go through some hardship in life, because that's what we face every day. And if we make mistake along the way, we learn from it with some insight, gain some understanding so that we don't repeat it. And again back to go on the passage, whether to become a good surfer, a good businessman, good investor, whatever the dream and aspiration you may have. Or it may be also to work on the passage of Dhamma. Everything changes. Therefore, this path, there's no end to it. And in there is the opportunity for us to appreciate, however we may think that there are limitations and difficulties, hindrances, and suffering, whatever that comes with it. There is a way to go through it. And such life, I think, is worth living, appreciating what we can do in spite of the difficulties. And there's a miracle that we can find from the small detail of this and that. The shining of the leaves on the tree, the subtle shade of the sky, rocks on the hill warming up, the warm feeling of your hand, pressure in your shoulder, or the sunshine in your back. And listening to the bird as we move on, without losing who we are, what we can do. So let's confront that foundation and move on, smilingly, and perhaps with some aspiration or determination at times. And if we can share the stories along the way, it may make it more interesting. Good luck on your journey. Thank you for watching.